and make sure that the main frame, which is the one on this end, and the secondary frame, which is the one on the other end swinging from it, are parallel with each other. Because when you're building a Bimini top, you're trying to create a top that's a rectangular shape. So this is tape number 3 and 4. Don't fight with this tape, just put it on there. Tape number 5 and 6 will be from the attachment point on the boat, where Becky's at now, up to the frame. It's taking the place of a strap. In this case, we got lucky we don't have to do it on both ends, because this particular top called for stanchions. Throw it on the floor. Out in the marina, you better not throw it on the floor of the boat, because if you do and you step on it, you're going to go overboard. It's just like ice. Plus, I think the EPA's got something to say about letting it fall in the water, too. Or somebody. So now Becky's got this side set, and the girls are going to mark this. Now we pattern one opening at a time. We don't worry about the other openings, because the dots will help us put this all together. Be aware of where the girls are marking. You have to visualize where the seam is going to be in this particular product. And the way you visualize where the seam has to be is if you look at the plane of this material in relation to the plane of the next piece of material, where they would intersect on the frame is where you have to mark. Becky's showing you, she's laying two. Imagine it this way, if you had to do this with boards instead of material, where would those two boards intersect of the product all the way around? By that I mean the bottom edges of all the curtains. We determine that, we put the snaps in the boat, because those are little people that'll help us. So then we have established the line, and part of the reason that we put the snaps in the boat ahead of time is they're little people that help us, plus we can get them symmetrical, plus we can get a pleasing line on the boat. And 90% of this job is to create a product that has a pleasing line and makes that boat look better than when you get done than when you started. And the worst thing you can do is put a crooked line of snaps on a boat and have the snaps not symmetrical with each other. So we're real careful that we get our snaps to be so far apart and in a nice symmetrical line. It still has two lines which represent the seam lines. Still got a pair of dots on each corner. We're going to connect the outer dots on each pattern. So girls, go ahead and connect them. While the girls are doing this, some of you that are brand new to this system of patterning, if you'll notice over here on this corner, there's an arrow near the dot. That arrow was put there just so that if you are nervous about losing a dot, you'll know that there should be something there, as opposed to making a great big dot, which gives you too big of a mark. Same rules apply on this. You have to know how this is going to be connected to the next part of the top. So on this one, we're going to be having a flap here, and it's going to be sewed to another part of the top over here. The sides over here are going to be finish edges. So the girls are leaving a 1/2-inch seam allowance on each side here. Point. And cut. Here's the mystery dot here. Here's the mystery dot on this corner. The reason for that is the side curtain has to come back under the flap on the side of the top and meet the forward or the aft curtain under the corner of the flap. And when we get our setup, or our top set up here later, I'll show you the relationship again. But now we've established the mystery dot, we've established the fact that these patterns are correct. Now is when it comes when you can set the length of your zippers. Now we start all of our zippers at the aft end of the boat and finish them at the front. And I'll get into what's the start and the stop of a zipper later, but for now we're just going to set it on the pattern. And because of not wanting to get involved with the pockets that are holding the top to the frame, we start our zipper 4 inches forward of the lower dot on the top there. And